In racing, even the best riders need the right bike. And the Indian Challenger has proven to be the dominant motorcycle of the last 5 years.
You don't win races based on style. You win races based on performance and technology.
The Scout became the basis of Indian's racing program.
In a way, that is one of the first super bikes in motorcycle history.
That was our opportunity to break the mold, break all the boundaries, and create something really amazing. That was the FTR 750.
The Indian was just so good at adapting to all those racetracks. It just really became the perfect weapon.
You know, over the history, racing really helped define what Indian motorcycle was. We developed a V-twin engine in 1905 for racing, and then it came out in 1907 in the production bikes.
Indian really started to develop their racing chops around 1908 when they built their first, they called them the torpedo tank racers. Those were among the first production racing motorcycles in the world. Like most of the early motorcycle industry, Indian's first motors were inlet over exhaust, or F-heads. That transformed Indian's racing and their production line. So they became the next manufacturer to really adopt side valve engines, which became the Power Plus in 1915. In terms of race on Sunday, sell on Monday, this was actually a better proposition because this was not factory exotica. This looked like the ordinary Power Plus that you could buy that was suddenly doing 100 miles an hour on a board track.
We love the competition, you know, it really drives us to be the best. Other things that really come out from racing is our product development. We bring their best innovation to the bikes that are on the track, and then we bring that to the street.
There's all these things throughout our history that have been driven by the racetrack. And I think it's crazy today that the new Power Plus 112 first saw the light of day at Atlanta in 2021 in a King of the Bagger race bike. Just like we did in the past where we innovated through race, we're doing it again today.
Last time this class raced in Wisconsin, things got really chippy.
Yeah, I was hoping Laguna Seca was going to be the following weekend because the rivalry between Harley and Indian is real.
King of the Baggers has been around for 5 years, and you know, it's a story of two giants just battling it out. You know, we won the championship last year. Frankly, Harley-Davidson went home, did their homework. What that means for us is we got to be Indian Motorcycle. We got to go back and dig and innovate and create technology. The riders got to work harder, and we got to create a package together as a team to go beat Harley-Davidson, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, we're out here at Laguna Seca. It's my home track, and it's got a lot of familiarity to me. I've been coming here for quite a few years now, and it feels really good to be back home racing here.
See the number 29 of Tyler O'Hara, part of that Indian wrecking crew, up inside of the top 3 in this qualifying session.
We're continuing to develop and push ourselves and develop the bike, and we're setting lap records at every track we go to. And I mean, there's been adversity, and the character and the integrity this whole team has, and the way that we just keep fighting and digging deep, and we all work together for the same common goal, and that's for Indian Motorcycle to win these races and the championship.
Yeah, that's where you are. Yeah, that's your in charge. They go where you want them to go.
Here comes the winner, number 1, Bobby Hill.
The Scout was a very popular motorcycle. It also became the basis of Indian's racing program. Celsior produced their Super X, which was a 45 or a 750cc motor. So Indian answered that with a full 45 cubic inch Scout model.
The Indian Scout has a great legacy in racing from the 1920 Scout. That's the bike Burt Monroe set the land speed record on in Bonneville. Next came the 101 Scout, which is still today considered the perfect Scout. It's what the guys in the Wall of Death still use to this day because it's so well balanced, so easy to ride, so predictable.
All these guys, they won Daytona, they won races, they won Daytona 200. Ed Krutz in 37, Floyd MD in 48. That's over 10 years later. This same bike, still being competitive, still winning races, and selling in the street. In a way, that is one of the first super bikes in motorcycle history. That was the Scout back in its day.
So interesting to see those track records coming down over the years, especially in this Mission King of the Baggers race.
When things are new, you have a lot of evolution. I mean, the first few years, we were taking 8 seconds a lap out. That went down to 5, down to 3. Now it's down to a second, but a second a lap over 8 laps is a big gap.
These things are very much in flux constantly, the motorcycles. We are constantly changing them, upgrading them, changing parts, changing all the physics behind how the motorcycle works. Everything from the electronics to the hard parts, to the suspension components, to the swing arms, to everything on them, the engine program, everything. We're constantly trying to get more and more out of them.
As you know, with these bikes being so big, it's not as easy as just ducking into a gap and pointing and shooting the bike. It's quite a process to get a 620-pound bike to stop from 186 miles an hour. That's confidence inspiring, the bike being so nimble and good on and stable on the brakes. The Power Plus engine is just a great delivery of power. We're riding baggers, they've all got too much power, but the way that Power Plus delivers the power, that's confidence inspiring.
Put it in perspective, our Super Sport category, I think this week qualified it, I believe it was a 26.3, and these guys are 27.5, 1.2 seconds off of a top Super Sport bike compared to a bagger's.
One really pleasurable aspect of this team is how well the riders and the crew chiefs and the data guys work together. It's an open book.
For me, our exit come from our engine. Yeah. But you don't realize that.
Got it.
Because you don't realize you are going too slow in, or you have that movement and then you ask more. Yeah. Or that movement make you lose the grip.
There's winners and there's losers, so performance and success is pretty easy to see. You get results, but the expectation is probably what you're stacking up against day to day. It's like an arms race. We're all here trying to win, and we don't know where the limit is. It's a whole new frontier every time we go to the racetrack, where the opportunity to find something new is real.
Can Mies make the outside work? Coming off turn 4, and he's gonna make it.
Indian has a very strong legacy of racing, and we wanted to honor that. We wanted to come back and do it the right way and win. And so we put all of our resources, our best riders, into bringing that legacy to life.
We were getting pretty successful at building our cruisers, building our baggers, but we really needed to do something to solidify in people's minds that, hey, these guys really know what they're doing. And that was the FTR 750. That was our opportunity to break the mold, break all the boundaries, and create something really amazing. You don't win races based on style, you win races based on performance and technology. And I think that's what the FTR 750 represented for the brand at that time, is just a proof point in world-class engineering.
What a finish! And Jared Mies holds on!
Jared Mies was a critical element in the development of the FTR 750.
What's really surprising with the motorcycle is how good it got as quick as it got. We fired that thing up, I believe it was in May or June of 2016, and by the end of the year, that year, it could win a flat track race. Like, it was that good because I was testing it.
The engine, the chassis, everything was designed specifically to go out and win flat track races. And so we worked with Jared Mies and his crew chief, Kenny Tolbert, who had success turning good motorcycles into great motorcycles.
The Indian was just so good at adapting to all those racetracks and putting the 100 horsepower it made really to the ground. It just really became the perfect weapon.
You know, you had Beckman, Hill, and Tuman who just destroyed people, and that was kind of our last race team that was out there. And so if you're going to come back to racing, to me and to the whole team, it was all about how do we not let those guys down? And so we had a single mantra. Every decision we make, we're going to make to win. So then you come to the most important part of winning, the riders. And we went out and signed Jared Mies, Brian Smith, and Brad Baker, the 3 best racers in flat track.
When it got announced, it was just kind of like, there's Brian, and oh my gosh, now Brad, because Brad was the new, young, up-and-coming kid. You know, he was where I was 8 years ago before that, you know, like the next dude, you know. And Indian has the 3 best guys. The Indian picked the last, 8-9 years of championships or something like that. They picked one hell of a roster for the first year out.
Honestly, I think guys like Jared Meese winning 10 Grand National Championships, I think he's earned a spot in that great legacy of Indian riders. And now the modern day wrecking crew of Tyler O'Hara and Loris Baz and Troy Herfoss. I hope 100 years from now, somebody's sitting in a chair like this talking about what we did.
Well, it is about time for our final race of the day, Mission King of the Baggers.
Just got extended. I'm just not being a have a go.
We got penalized yesterday, so I had to start in the back, had a lot of adversity. I knew it was going to be a dogfight. I knew I had to claw my way back into it, and I knew that I had to send it.
Tyler O'Hara had to take that grid penalty, start this race at the back. He said watch out for him those first 2 laps. Certainly going to be the most aggressive because his only goal at this point of the day is just to get to the front.
Here we go. 9 laps scheduled for Mission King of the Baggers Race 2. Away we go, up the hill, over the hill to turn number 2.
Is that O'Hara that's just sent it down in there?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think it was.
Is that T.O. from the back?
That it is.
Look at him. Like O'Hara just making up spots early.
His only goal at this point of the day is just to get to the front as quickly as possible. He knows he has the speed. It's going to be about getting there to be able to use it.
Oh, and Bradley Smith goes sliding up underneath his teammate down into turn 5. So Bradley Smith gets through on James Rispoli. So you see Tyler O'Hara just behind them.
With 5.5 to go.
Went down, and you can see here too. That could have been Rispoli. It is Rispoli who's gone down in turn 4.
Lots of chaos up front. James Rispoli went down again. Bradley Smith went down, collected Loris Baz.
Oh man, Bradley just went down, and he's taken off the track. He's also got Baz off the track. Now we're going to see if Tyler O'Hara has anything for Rocco. Last time through, they both went 28.9s.
Good sector 2. Get Rocco. Come on, Tyler.
This would be incredible if Tyler O'Hara can go from the last row and find his way on the podium.
What just happened?
No.
I just can't believe this.
Well, Kyle Wyman takes over the lead. He inherits the lead with something that happened at the top of the corkscrew.
Third, baby, third.
And Tyler O'Hara able to work his way from last. He was aggressive. He told Jamie he's going to get after it, and he's able to bring his S&S Indian Challenger to the podium, 3rd place, then his teammates Baz and then Herfoss.
Tyler O'Hara is not only a former King of the Baggers champion, he's a king of adversity. Like you knock him down and the dog comes out in Tyler O'Hara and he finds another gear.
It feels good to get back on the podium. It's been a minute. I mean, obviously we had the podium at Road America technically, but you know, to not get on the podium and have champagne and really celebrate with the team, this one feels good. We're gonna keep fighting, and you know, we really want to get some wins and get back in this championship fight.